Let's get it.
That right, that right.
Sham Israel. We are the ISUPK. Started out of 1 West, 125th Street in Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohana. We're not affiliated with no Israelite group on the planet Earth. We're located here, 5261 Delmar Boulevard, Suite A in St. Louis, Missouri. All right. And every first and last Friday of each month, we will be giving away food and clothes right here at this same address. And if you want to donate or have any questions or comments on the food drive, you can call 314-723-2231 or area code 314-393-0430. We also have ISUPK presents a community dinner with Clara Holmes at the World Community Center. Oh, it's been canceled.
Yeah, due to coronavirus.
Dinner has been canceled. But we have Sharpen the Sword Radio every Sunday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, hosted by Captain Degal Gabar, and that is Sharpen the Sword Radio, the most controversial show to ever hit the city of St. Louis. And if you want to call in and get it in, you can call 712-832-8330, and the access code for Sharpen the Sword is 910-1409. In tonight's class, the conference line number is 712-832-8330. The second line number is 218-339-7800. And the participant pin 825-16. I repeat, 825-1636. Any questions or comments on the line?
No, I'm good. I see you. Yeah.
910-1409. Class. All right. No questions or comments. We're going to get right into the topic. And the topic of tonight's class is that the Christian pastors are failures. You know what I'm saying? Like with everything going on with this virus and everything, that you haven't heard a peep out of them. You ain't seen them. You ain't seen them trying to come up with a solution to help our people out in this crisis. You don't see none of that. All you heard about is how they steady collecting tithes, how they want you to continue to give them money, and when there's even no money to be made.
Has joined.
They want the money you got saved up. They bleeding you dry for everything you have. You know what I'm saying? They're misusing the money. They're buying lustful things. And they are definitely selling blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians out. You know what I'm saying? And we all know that in the ISUPK, that when we're being sold out, that means we are dying. Our people are dying for the lustful things that they want. For them want to buy Lamborghini trucks for their mistresses and $65 million jets and Louis Vuitton suits, Gucci belts, Gator shoes, Cristal and swimming pools, and trying to live like a movie star, trying to emulate the oppressor who is the Bible, the devil the Bible speaks of. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're doing, and they envying the oppressor. They want to live just like them. They want to be just like them. You know, with our health and our death at the expense. You know, and it's an evil thing. I got a couple articles that is explaining how they are able to do these things. These Christian pastors, you know, but they're teaching a lot of lies. And one main lie that I wanted to touch bases on today is that our women think throughout this pandemic or this pestilence, the Most High done dropped down on us. You know what I'm saying? That they still can be alone. That they can come up with the answers to how to deal with this thing by themselves. But that is not so. You know what I'm saying? Well, first thing first, the pastor tells you that sex is not marriage when it is. You know, give me 2 Peter 1 verse 20.
God, 2 Peter chapter 1 verse 20. Knowing this first, that no prophecy of the scripture is of any private interpretation.
Right. She's right there. Thinking that you can believe what you want to believe when you read the scripture is a lie. You know what I'm saying? Your pastor, he don't know what he read because he is a liar. You know what I'm saying? Everything he getting taught to tell you, he getting it from the oppressor. He getting it the bastardized version. You know what I'm saying? Right. It is vain janglings. They are nothing. He ain't talking about a damn thing. Slocky. But there's no private interpretation of these scriptures. And in ISUPK, we gonna teach you what the scriptures say, and we gonna teach you how to keep them. And like I said, sex is marriage. Give me Exodus 22 and 16.
Exodus chapter 22 verse 16. And if a man entice a maid that is not betrothed,
go ahead, and
lie with her,
right,
he shall surely endow her to be his wife.
Right. If you run in Negro terms, if I break it down for you, that if you run game on a woman and you end up having sex with her, you know what I'm saying? You tell her those whisper sweet nothings in her ear, and you buy her flowers, and you buy her that drink she like, that freaky Moscato. You know what I'm saying? You get her that freaky Moscato, and y'all end up doing what y'all do, which is having sex. Then you should surely endow her to be your wife. That means that when y'all commit this sex act, you have consummated the marriage, and you are husband and wife. Period.
Yeah, right.
And you can never leave her. You can never leave. Damn sure don't lead her astray, but you can never leave her, no matter what, except for fornication. Except she commit adultery and leave your home and go into another man's bed. And she do that, then she's his wife. She's not your wife anymore. And thus says the Most High. But let's see what the Lord had to say. Give me Luke 9 and 35.
chapter 9, verse 35. And there came a voice out of the cloud, saying, This is my beloved Son. Hear him.
Right. And this scripture right here is telling you this is the Most High. And he's telling you that whatever Christ say, that's what goes. You know what I'm saying? You got to come into the ISUPK and receive the spirit of the Most High in Christ. And then you will be able to know how everything goes, basically. And Christ said that once you take a wife, that you cannot divorce her. And that's why I brought this scripture out. But one last scripture on this sex is marriage. Give me 1 Corinthians 14 and 33 through 35. 14 and 33 through 35.
First Corinthians chapter 14.
14 and 33.
14, 33.
Come.
I got it. 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 33. For God is not the author of confusion.
God is not what?
The author of confusion.
Go ahead.
But of peace, as in all churches of the saints.
Right. See, the Most High said that he is not the author of confusion. Go ahead.
Verse 34. Let your women keep silence in the churches.
Let them do what?
Keep silence in the churches.
Let her shut her mouth and listen. Go ahead.
For it is not permitted unto them to speak.
Right. Go ahead.
But they are commanded to be under obedience, as also saith the law.
Right. As also said the Lord to be obedient. Keep going.
God, verse 35. And if they will learn anything.
If they will learn what?
Anything.
Go ahead.
Let them ask their husband at home.
Let them ask their husbands at home. There it is right there. Your husband will teach you how to follow the law, statutes, and commandments. Not some slick, greasy dog up in the church who got DVDs, T-shirts, and DVDs, T-shirts, and all these things he's selling you to keep him living lusciously, while in times like this, pandemic or pestilence, time of pestilence, that you can't get no help from him. You know what I'm saying? You can't even call him. Where he at?
Yeah.
He ain't got nothing to say. You know what I'm saying? Because he's a filthy liar and he's a failure. You know what I'm saying? And by me keep saying failure, he's actually setting you up for failure. He's setting you up for failure. You know, and all these backroom meetings with the oppressor, and they actually have seminars where they teach each other how to deceive the people, God's chosen people. You know what I'm saying? We naturally have a zeal for the Most High, so we're gonna be looking for a power that can help us. But that's not what they're doing. They are preaching prosperity in different ways, and you're falling under their spell. So you can keep them rich, and keep the oppressor rich, and keep us dying in these ghettos. But in the ISUPK, we gonna pull the wool from over everybody's eyes, and get the wax up out your ears. You're gonna see us on the corners with them speakers and microphones, and you might think it's aggressive or that everybody don't want to hear it. But Scripture said, prophesy to the wind, and hopefully it'll fall upon ears that will take it and hold it to their own. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But They teach you that pastor, he teach you that the Lord hates the sin but loves the sinner, which is a lie. You know, the Most High hates the sin. You know what I'm saying? He don't want you to sin. He ain't make you to sin. You know, he wants you to follow his law, statutes, and commandments so he can bless you. But nah, give me Ecclesiasticus 12:6.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 12, verse 6. For the Most High hated sinners.
The Most High what?
Hated sinners.
Go ahead.
And will repay vengeance unto the ungodly.
The Most High said, you in the Christian church, listening to your pastor, talking about, Lord, bless me with a new car, bless me with a new house, and you being evil to everybody you can because they ain't going to your church. You know what I'm saying? That he gonna repay you. You know what I'm saying? When the Lord say he gonna repay you, then that's a bad thing because his repayment ain't gonna be what you think it is. You know what I'm saying? It definitely ain't gonna be gold and riches and a Bentley truck or a brand new BMW with a big ribbon on it, just magically, or $100,000 appearing in your bank account. That ain't what it's gonna be. Yeah. It's gonna be death and destruction. You might come back retarded. Lord might send you back on earth retarded with cerebral palsy or anything. You might be slow. You might be crippled. You know what I'm saying? You don't want any of those things. Don't nobody want to be those things. You know. You know, you see a crippled man out in the street. He cursing the cars out. He cursing the stars out. He cursing the police out. He cursing them out. People pushing him out the wheelchair. He drunk all the time. You don't want those things to happen to you. But this scripture just said that the Most High hates sinners. Don't think that what Chris Pastor did, you had law done away with, and the Lord gonna forgive you for everything. No, He's not gonna forgive you for everything. He's not gonna forgive you for aborting your children. He's not gonna forgive you for when you walked up in the Christian church, you stepped over the man out there laying on the steps. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to pick them up and brought them in with you, clean them up. You know what I'm saying? Give them something to eat, give them some money, whatever you could do for that person, but. No, Christians like to just walk over the so-called bums that's down on their luck, and most of those people were wealthier and smarter than you. You just don't even know it. Some of them people be professors and mathematicians and accountants, and you just stepped on them. You know what I'm saying? And turns your head up. You turns your head up at them, you know. And Most High don't like that. You know, you're gonna pay for that. But these pastors are failures, and I got a couple of articles. Could you pull a couple of articles for me, Doc? They are failures. They have failed Israel.
Which one you want to read first? Most pastors are failures.
Con. Give me that
one. The thing like this, under wraps. I mean, just think about it, okay? First, the stock market would go. Then,
This first article is most pastors are failures. and it's okay to talk about it.
Stop right there. Of course, we know that all pastors are failures.
Right.
In ISUPK, we don't teach that some pastors. No, all pastors. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
if
right.
you got the spirit of a pastor, you're like Sodom and Gomorrah. You are like homosexual, and that's how you're gonna be judged as. Keep going.
All right. It says, my friend and Lansdale neighbor J.R. Briggs has just published his latest book, Finding Hope. Latest book failed. Let's not leave that out.
Right.
Finding hope and grace in the midst of ministry failure.
Right.
Failure is common among pastors.
It is what?
Common among pastors.
Stop right there. So the pastor just said that he said himself that he a failure. You know what I'm saying? He had to write a book to make some money, because trying to come out and congregate some people to milk them from their money wasn't working. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
And it's one of those things that's hard to talk about, and hence gets buried as a shameful secret. JR is taking the bull by the horns and talking about it.
Right. The bull by the horns, the elephant in the room, all that the above. Keep going.
My first exposure to JR's vision for talking about the failure in ministry was several years ago at his first epic fail.
All right, 50 pastors. Keep going.
Drove halfway across the country and slept in their cars.
They slept where?
In their cars.
Keep going.
Because they couldn't afford a hotel.
Right. Now these pastors are all failure pastors. They didn't have a dime, the window to throw it in, and a hole to throw it out. You know what I'm saying? Paraphrasing, but they didn't have a thing. Keep going.
They just needed to be there. They recounted their own stories to each other of dashed unrealistic expectations, their own and of others, and feelings of guilt, depression, and worthlessness.
Right. Now these men are broken down men. You know what I'm saying? These men here, they are the scum of the earth. You know what I'm saying? They do anything. They try anything. They depressed. They deprived. They feel deprived. They feel basically they trying to build themselves up to be somebody. They boasting themselves to be somebody, like the scripture said. That's these men right here. Keep going.
Yeah. J.R. clearly had his finger on the pulse of a major problem and decided, instead of poor pastors secretly driving across the country to attend the conference, he would take the show on the road.
Right. Now, not only writing a book, he taking this show on the road to uplift these pieces of grind. You know what I'm saying? He finna come to them with the so-called solution to deceiving our people, the downtrodden. And this guy is truly evil. Keep going.
Several such conferences have since occurred. This book is the fruit of those experiences and will be a tremendous source of encouragement for pastors who fail.
Right. So this book is like the holy grail to the poor pastors. You know what I'm saying? They looking for this book to bring them into the riches. They trying to get their bank accounts on swole. You know, they gonna listen to this guy here, and hopefully their wicked plan will come into play, and it'll be prosperous for them. Keep going.
God, you're not alone. You're not abnormal. You're not broken. Here is the Amazon blurb. said, I thought God had called me to plant this church. Why did he have to shut our doors after only 3 years? I was at my breaking point.
He was at his what?
Breaking point.
Keep going.
Then I got the news that our 9-year-old daughter had leukemia.
Right.
I would have quit ministry forever.
You would have did what?
Quit ministry forever.
So he's a quitter. Keep going.
But I had no other employable skills.
Right. He ain't have no other employable skills but to be a liar. Keep going.
Hey, hold on, y'all. Wait a minute, brother. First of all, where in the hell do you find these articles?
Man.
Good God, this is ridiculous.
Wait till you see the next one.
Don't even have, like you just said, the man don't even have no other employable skills other than to be a goddamn crook. That's the only thing he knows to do is to get up and preach and sing and dance and slide across the goddamn stage.
That's
like
right.
James Brown, and have you put money in the bucket to
Yes.
get paid. And that's why he was so damn broken and so depressed and so down and out.
Stone cold crook.
Everybody all of them preachers want to be the next top mega preacher. That's what they want to be. They want to be the next top Martin Luther King. They want to be the next top damn. I was finna say Al Sharpton. He ain't that popular.
Right.
But anyway, you know what I'm talking about. them damn preachers that be getting paid. That's what they all take after, man. You know what I mean? And it's a disgrace that our people would even do that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We are supposed to be better than our oppressor. You understand? We're supposed to be better than the goddamn blonde-haired, blue-eyed devil.
Damn right.
We're supposed to be better than. We're not supposed to be crooks. We're not supposed to be robbing our people. You understand? But we fall right in line with them, and then you got to make a book. You still is broken. You still have failed. You have not reached. You understand the big bank? That's what you're trying to get.
Yeah.
You're trying to get that big bank. You understand? He wants some of that T.D. Jakes money.
Damn right.
He wants some of that Creflo Dollar money. You know, Creflo Pool. He only record that he makes about $89 million a year. That's all. That's where he stop at. You understand? But you know it's more than that. You know it's way more than that. Hell, 1 year he got $96 million for just for the jet alone. You understand? Just for the jet alone, he pulled in $96 million. You understand? So yeah, man, this is ridiculous. These pastors, man, I cannot wait. And this right here, if our people don't wake up after this and realize that after this coronavirus stuff blow over, that the Christian church is not for Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian people, I don't know what to tell them. I don't know what to tell them about. Yeah, but you can go ahead. You want to say something? Or you want to keep reading? Keep reading. Okay. False accusations were made against me and my family, wrecking our reputation permanently and forcing us to leave not only the church, but move out of the area. I've served my church for the past 27 years, and I've grown that church from 150 to 24 people. Wait, he grown him. Wait a minute. From 150 people to 24 people. Right. Dang, he destroyed the place. Good night. Damn right. What do we do when we fail? Good damn night. So he done made the church go down. They done lost members. Yes, I guess he didn't come in the door with enough sprinkle. You know what I'm saying? He didn't come in the door with enough razzle and dazzle. Right. You know what I mean? So them people left their church. Good night. He said, what do we do when we fail? Some ministers are shipwrecked by moral failures like affairs or embezzlement. Like what? Affairs or embezzlement.
Whoa, like those are small things. Keep going.
Yeah, and it's like it. They are not. Right. You understand? They are not small things. Here you are sleeping with everybody's woman in the goddamn church. And what's so sick about them preachers is they always go for another man's wife.
Damn right.
They got 50 women that have no man, ain't had sex in years, dying to get some rod, wanting to be with the pastor because you are the pastor, and he passed all 50 of them to go be with another brother's wife in the church. You understand? And that's not a small thing. And of course, embezzlement, they're stealing all the money from the members anyway. You understand? They stealing all the damn donations. The white man had to come in and fix how they operate it so that the pastor would no longer touch the money. So that they put an account in. Every pastor has to have an account now. And then so that it just in case somebody get whiff of the money coming up missing, it won't go directly to the pastor. The pastor won't get the blame. Now, the white man himself sat back and mastered that plan for the black preachers. And all the black preachers, they said, oh, thank you. Thank you, God. They said what they said to the white man. They say God.
Damn right.
You understand? They said, thank God. And then turn around and continue to rob the people.
Yeah.
You understand? Good.
Now we just brought that out, right? I want to drop that article right there and go to the next one. This one finna rock the house right now. Yes, sir. And once you get that article, go down to where it says introduction.
Where's it? What?
It's going to say introduction.
Mm-hmm.
Skip the first two paragraphs and start where it says here exposed.
God, this article here is how pastors get rich. All right. And it says, here exposed are the secret techniques used to fleece money from God's people.
Use the what?
Fleece money from God's people.
Good night. Plain and simple.
Yeah.
Here it comes.
Yeah.
Here comes the pain. You know what I'm saying? We finna bring it. We finna bring down the organization right now. You know what I'm saying? The mafia about to be infiltrated right now. You know what I'm saying? The Christian mafia. Continue on.
Don't be naive thinking that these schemes have spread throughout the world by accident. These techniques are talked about and shared behind closed doors.
Sure. Where?
Behind closed doors.
Go ahead.
By the clique of pastors who employ them.
He just said the clique of pastors. This ain't the good clique. It's the evil clique. You know what I'm saying? They holding crafty counsel behind these doors, and Presser right there with them, Jack. You know what I'm saying? It ain't just Creflo and TD. It's all of them. You know what I'm saying? Some of them are government officials. They done sent them down there, and it goes higher than that. You know what I'm saying? But keep going.
God. It's big business.
It's what?
Big business.
Go ahead.
Some of them laugh at us like con men laughing at their marks.
They laugh at us like what?
Their marks.
Good night. Go ahead.
Seriously, if you don't believe that there are men like that, then watch the 1972 documentary Marjo. You'll soon realize that these wolves in sheep's clothing have been a blight in Christianity throughout its history. Whoa,
you just said these wolves in sheep's clothing. Ain't we heard that somewhere before?
Yeah.
Right here in these scriptures. You know what I'm saying? This Bible prophecy who these men are. It ain't no secret who these guys are. We know who you are. You know, we're gonna point the finger at you. We're gonna charge the rich. We're gonna expose you as the filthy dogs that you are. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
God, I will start by outlining the primary pattern that underpins these modern schemes. Then I will drill down listing each technique one by one, exposing how they work. Finally, at the end, I will outline the biggest monetary scam of all. First, let's discover the primary pattern behind their methods.
Right. Now we get into how they take your money. You know what I'm saying? He just brought out how that this is a scheme. How you getting how they look at you as a pushover, as a trick, you know, as a mark. That's what the scripture. I mean, as what the article calls a mark.
Yeah.
Like a John, like they selling you a prostitute. You know what I'm saying? They looking at you like a John. You nothing more than the guy who's picking up blowjob Betty off the side of Martin Luther King. That's how they looking at you. They don't love you. They don't love your family. They can care less about you or your family. But keep going.
Yeah, the multi-level marketing pattern.
The what?
Multi-level marketing pattern.
Now this marketing pattern has multi levels. It's not basic. It's different evil ways that they getting you to buy things. How they are selling you a dream. Keep going.
When it was almost time for the Jewish Passover.
The what?
Jewish Passover.
Jewish, what's that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The Passover is for the Jews. The Passover is to celebrate the Lord saving us from slavery, from the Egyptians and destroying the Egyptians. The Jewish don't have a past nothing. Keep going.
Jesus went up to Jerusalem. In the temple courts, he found men selling cattle, sheep, and doves, and others sitting at tables exchanging money. So he made a whip out of cords and drove all from the temple area, both sheep and cattle. He scattered the coins of the money changers and overturned their tables. To those who sold doves, he said, "Get these out of here. How dare you turn my father's house into a market?"
Right. Now they using the example of Christ deterring these wicked men. These same wicked men today are the spirits in these pastors of these same wicked men Christ beat the crap out of. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's fit to get deep. Go to the next paragraph. Yeah.
We've all been approached at some time by a friend caught up in the hope of multi-level marketing.
It's right there. We've all had a friend who had a bright idea to get some money. Basically, that's what he's saying. Keep going.
God. The business they are pushing is simple. Sell toothpaste or websites or whatever, and then recruit people under you doing the same, taking a cut from their sales.
Right. Keep going.
Soon you will be so rich that you can buy a flash European car and give stacks of money to godly causes.
Good night. Which you know they ain't gonna do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They gonna keep all that money for themselves.
God.
That's a lie. But keep going.
God, and absolutely that's a lie. They act as if they're going to be giving money.
Right.
You understand? And turn around and saying, okay, we're gonna feed the people, we're gonna do this for them, we're gonna do that for them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But they're not gonna do nothing for nobody.
ST.LOUIS.
You understand? Huh?
It's Curtis.
Who?
Curtis.
Who's that? Oh, good. So they're not going to do anything for anybody. You know what I mean? What
Right.
they are going to do is they are going to continue to rob the people.
Damn right.
You understand? Ain't nobody going to get none of that money. Shalom, man. What's going on, Kurt? All right. He said, that is the dream.
That is the what?
That is the dream.
Right. That is the false vision they fit to give you. You know what I'm saying? It ain't none of it gonna come to pass. None of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
The proof the dream works is embodied in the wealth of the dreams leaders.
Is embodied in the what?
The dreams leaders.
In the wealth of the dreams leaders.
Mm-hmm.
That's how the dream gonna work. Keep going.
And so, like, if I could, basically what they're saying is the money that the pastor has. You understand? That's the dream holder.
Really, that's the dream.
And that's what every person, every member that's in the church, that's what they're doing. They want to get rich like the pastor. You know, they admiring the preacher so bad.
Right.
You understand? They're saying that, hey, I want to be like the pastor. I want to have money like the pastor.
Right,
I want
right.
a car like the pastor. So what he's saying is true.
Right.
Is the dream is, you know what I'm saying, is proof that it works by it lying in the pastor. You understand? So the pastor has to be something
shine
in order for you to want to be like.
You gotta
You understand?
shine.
Like, for instance, with the celebrities, football and basketball and rappers.
Right.
They all shine. You understand? What they say, shining and blinging and all of that. You wouldn't want to be a rapper if they wasn't looking so goddamn good.
Right.
And had all that gold on and got all them nice clothes on and riding all them nice whips. You know what I'm saying? All of that. You wouldn't want to be a rapper if they did not look like that. The lifestyle of a rapper was a good thing to have. So the pastors do the same thing. They turn around and wear the suits they wear is gay as hell. I would never wear a goddamn suit. But they expensive though. They spend lots of money on their suits and their shoes.
What the church done put in that money for them to, for the suit that they wear like today. You know, they get a pastor some money, and then he pay. You know what I'm saying? He get his board and. With the church done bought them suits, is what I'm trying to say.
It's all.
You kind of figure what I'm saying.
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? So,
and new cars.
Yeah. Oh, definitely got to have the latest Benz. The latest. What the one brother buy his woman when he
Lamborghini truck.
Yeah, he had to buy her a Lamborghini truck because he molested little girls.
Yeah,
you understand? Yeah, that's ridiculous, man. You know, so that's the thing that this part is saying here is that the pastor has to embody what it is the people want.
Exactly.
And the people want money.
Yep.
They want nice, they poor as hell. They catching a bus to church.
Right.
Yeah.
You understand? Or they walk.
And then that crook sitting right there, trying to preach this and preach that, which I know something about.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah, try not to blur it out for me, okay?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, just try not to blur it out, all right? So they want to be like the preacher that has the money, that has the cars. You understand? He gotta have it, or guess what? You ain't gonna come.
Right.
He got to have all the jewelry on, or you ain't gonna come. He has to have on the fancy suit. He has to look as if he is a godly man, and that's how he pulls that off.
Right.
By having all of those things. And lying to you and telling you God bless him with it when he's robbing you for your money every week, and that's how he's buying the things that he's buying. Go ahead.
Like the Bible said, come as you are. Does the Bible say come as you are?
It does.
Right.
And let me tell you something on that real quick. Due to the Christian church lying, you know what I'm saying, and telling us lies, the reason you pointed at your pants and your shirt is because they tell you that that's about clothes. Mm-hmm. What that's talking about is you come in whatever mindset that you are in.
Right.
Whatever state of mind you are in, you come as you are, and we will fix you. We will cast the demons out for you.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? We will help clean up our brother and our sister. You see what I'm saying? Because at a certain point in life, our people, you need someone else to help you get it together.
That's right.
You understand? You ever heard of crack addict? The person's on crack, what do they do? They turn around and they got to go to a program, and somebody has to talk to them. Somebody got to beat up by their side. Look at Pookie of New Jack City.
Right.
What did my man what's his name?
Ice-T.
Ice-T. What did Ice-T do to Pookie, man? He slept by the man's side. He was right there in the bed with Pookie.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? In order for that man to get off that crack. You understand? So, what you saying?
You talking about the skinny boy?
Huh? Yeah, Pookie out of New Jack City.
What's the name?
Chris Rock.
Chris Rock.
Yeah, Chris Rock and Ice-T. when Chris Rock was on that crack, Ice-T loved that brother and he helped him.
Right.
And he slept by his side to make sure that brother got clean from crack.
Right.
You understand?
Even though he made a mistake with Ice-T.
Right.
Ice-T forgave him.
Right, exactly. So, but the point I'm making is, at a certain point, you're gonna need somebody else to help you get it together.
Exactly.
It's certain things that you can, fix yourself, but ultimately you're going to need someone else to help you get right.
Especially if you really deep down into like that boy.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
the movie, but I understand what you said.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, for me, it took for me to see these great men in my school. You understand? From Commander Junior High on down in order to help me get my life together.
Right.
You understand? And now, guess what? We're doing the same old thing. And it worked.
Damn
you
right.
understand? It worked. The same old thing worked. Christianity don't work. That's what this article is saying. You understand? In fact, the article is how Christian pastors have failed. That's what it's talking about.
Damn right.
About how Christian preachers fail time and time again. You understand? But now the point of this on now is how they got their money.
Yeah.
You understand?
Oh, yeah.
They got that. They got fat houses. They got what's his name? The one white preacher. Shoot, what is his damn name?
Be on TV.
Osteen.
Yeah, not
the one coming on every morning, Sunday morning. Joe Osteen. That's my
no,
boy.
not Joe Osteen. Benny Hinn. Benny Hinn went on national TV and was posting bragging about it. People was complaining, saying, Pastor Benny, why are you in a $13 million house and people don't have, any place to stay and this and that? So he bragged and said, well, you know what? Instead of me having this $13 million house, I'll sell it and go get me a $20 million house.
Right.
You understand?
I'm gonna take it on.
So he turned around. I guess that wasn't enough.
Right.
You understand? He said, I'm going to give me a $20 million house on y'all ass.
Oh.
Since this $13 million house ain't fat enough. So they got the money, but and they ain't helping the people none.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
You touched. Oh my God.
Yep. So you ready to continue? We got something to say about
Con, you hit it right on the nose. But yeah, continue with this here. This really break it down.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Do you see how rich our leaders are? They made all their money by following the dream, proving that you can too.
Right?
Except that it's a lie.
Except that it's what?
It's a lie.
It's a damn lie. It's a
Right.
lie. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You giving him all your money,
Yeah.
and he up there shining, and think you gonna be shining like him
Right.
by you giving him your money is a lie. Keep going.
Right. Coming up is the key to the pattern. Are you ready?
Coming up is the what?
Key to the pattern. Are you ready?
All right, now you finna break it down. Let's go.
These leaders did not become wealthy by following the dream.
Right?
Instead, they became wealthy by building up a group of people who believe passionately in the dream.
Right?
And then selling dream promoting wares to this captive audience.
Good night. So you've been set up. You've been run them up. You know what I'm saying? You fish on the hook.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Basically, that's what he's saying. He done hooked you, now he reeling you on in.
Right.
Keep going.
Go ahead.
What's the go? Yeah, go ahead.
I forgot what I was trying to say. But go ahead on, man. This is deep I like it. So I'm gonna be with y'all.
God, you don't sweat. I will say it again. Because you need to understand this pattern.
You need to what?
Understand this pattern.
This for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Hear these words. Understand these patterns. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
They did not become rich by selling toothpaste.
Right?
They became rich by hyping, dream promoting books, tapes, DVDs, and conferences to their own private market of dream believers.
Now, what church today don't have the sermon on DVD? What church today you can't go get the sermon on DVD? What church? Every church.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
All right. This same pattern is practiced by some Christian leaders and their churches. The dream is the prosperity gospel.
The dream is the what?
Prosperity gospel.
And he already brought out in the beginning that it's multi-levels to this prosperity gospel. You know what I'm saying? They ain't just going to shoot it at you one way. They coming from all angles. Keep going.
The dream is the prosperity gospel. Their captive market is their congregation. The products are, well, you guessed it, books, tapes, DVDs, and conferences, and t-shirts, and most harmoniously, spiritual rewards and the prevention of spiritual punishments.
The prevention of spiritual punishment.
Right.
Going to hell. You going to hell. If they can get you paying that money by you just going to hell, because you gonna do something every day. You have a bad thought in your mind and think you're gonna go to hell. So if they got you on the hook, and if they can even just get you to thinking that you gonna go to hell, they got you and you gonna pay them some money.
You want that money.
All right, keep going.
New suits and stuff.
And Salaki, the thing about that is what they doing is they're taking away those spiritual punishments.
Right.
Because at first, that's how they actually hook the people in.
Right.
By telling them, all right, you better give that money or you're going to go to hell.
Yeah.
Y'all going to get you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all going to punish you. You got to give your money. You got to come to church. You got to do this or God ain't with you.
Right.
Yeah. But now it's, oh, God love you no matter what because they got you hooked. They got you in there now. So now it's, instead of, that's how they make you come. By telling you, God going to punish you.
Right.
You're going to go to hell if you don't pay your tithes. So once they got you on track, paying your tithes, then now it's, oh, you know what? God love you.
God
love you no matter what. Go ahead. You going to say something?
I want to say something, but I'm going to say it once y'all sit down. Where I was raised up, pay your tithe, go to church, this is like you just saying, and it's in our head and stuff, and and all that. Go do anyway. I can't say it right now because I'm with y'all. Sit down, then I can say it. Okay, I get on and I can think again, but going on, keep going. It's just deep.
Okay, don't sweat. All right, it said, hold on. The leaders use their fake success.
Their what?
Fake success.
Go ahead.
To promote a distorted gospel, which basically says, toe the line, obeying the leaders, buying whatever we tell you to buy, and donate money whenever we tell you to donate, and then God will pour riches into your life.
Shamla, 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 shamla. Hallelujah. Won't he do it? Won't he do it?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There it go. You know what I'm saying? He's going to give you a bunch of one-liners.
Right.
He's going to hit you with them one-liners, but what it said in the beginning, thinking of you like you, the John picking up blowjob Betty on the side of Martin Luther King. That's who he thinking you. That's what he think you. That's who he think you is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But in the eyes UPK, we teach brotherhood and sisterhood. We ain't gonna think of you like that.
Exactly.
Right.
We gonna think of you as our brother and our sister.
Right.
We gonna treat you as the same.
Exactly.
Keep going.
They tell us that they became successful by following this dream. But in reality, they became rich by sucking money out of those caught up in the buzzing environment where this distorted gospel seems real.
Right. And we know that is the Christian church.
Right.
You up there listening to that organ. You up in everybody's business. You trying not to sin, but everybody's sinning, and you gossiping about what everybody else up in there doing, and you caught up in the blender. It's a big blender. You know what I'm saying? The buzzing environment is the blender.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You praise dancing. You doing this and that. You running around and you thinking you doing something good, but you ain't doing nothing promoting his business.
Yeah.
That's what you were doing.
Right.
He using you to promote his business.
Yeah.
You were a worm on the hook, and you catching fish for him.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Right.
Go ahead.
All right. and discuss some of the products and techniques they use to line their pockets with money that ought to have stayed with God's people or gone to legitimate good works.
Good night. Mm-hmm. And you already know that God's people and the money going to do legitimate good works should have went to Commanding General Yohana of the ISUPK, and you will see good works. You know what I'm saying? Developments. You will see your money at work. People being said lying in pockets, past the pork chop. You know what I'm saying? That's what he's doing. But keep going.
Right. You are about to discover how these spiritual vampires feed.
These spiritual what?
Vampires feed.
Good night. Keep going.
All right. Now this is a tip. It says, a clue that you are caught up in one of these churches is if you hear things like, this is your spiritual home.
Whoa.
You can't go to another church. You must be loyal. They are very jealous about protecting their market.
Right. He don't want you to go to another church. You
right.
come to there to the house of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? They got some preachers out there talking about he talked to the Lord on his cell phone. You know what I'm saying? He got it going on. He ain't got to go nowhere else.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Don't listen to the prophets in the ISUPK. I'm talking to the Lord right now on this cell phone.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Good night. But keep going.
Yeah. They are very jealous about protecting their market and do not want to lose one of their paying customers to another church.
There it is.
And so, like, with that right there, I just had a discussion with a sister about Jehovah's Witnesses and how she was, I like some of the stuff they say, and I like this, and I like that. But I had to tell her exactly how my man, what's his name? James Taze Russell, the white man that started their religion, turned around and came out with the Watchtower, but it was called something else before he renamed it the Watchtower. But he turned around and somebody else came out with a paper just like his.
Right.
And they were selling them. And in an effort to wipe out the competition, he started gathering up all of the other guys' paper so that only his would get out and get sold and get bought. You see what I'm saying? So he cut that off. He turned around. He didn't want no money going to them other people.
Right.
So like I said, he was having people gather them, pick them up, grab them, all that, steal them, doing all that stuff so that nobody could buy their paper. So that his would be the only ones out there.
Can I say this here?
Go ahead.
Growing up down south, Jehovah's Witness, they walk around knocking the door and give you the paper and this and this. But anyway, but back to what you saying. Back in my days, whatever, the Jehovah's Witness anyway, they know about the law, but so them the brochures they give out. So what was so different about that? But that's what I still ain't jumped into because I'm deep in the church. But then I got out and I got 18 or whatever.
I got you. Yeah. So what's different about their papers is it's no different from any other preacher and what they're teaching.
Okay.
It's all lies. It's all garbage. But what made him unique was that he had a paper at that point. He had that only paper. That paper. It was called. If I can remember correctly, it was called not Secret Society. It may have been it was something society.
I got the picture.
Yeah, but that's what it was. That's what
it
started off originally. Right.
Before
it became Jehovah, the Watchtower. It was called something else.
Yeah.
And at that time, that was the only paper that was out like that.
See, I didn't know.
You know what I'm saying? That's like, for instance, like when McDonald's first hit, it was huge, right? Because there was no other restaurant like that. A laundromat, the first laundromat that came out was huge because there was no other laundromats out there like that. The first gas station that hit was huge because there was no other gas station. So the way that he turned around, James Taze Russell had fought the competition is the same way that this article is saying. They don't want no money going to no other preacher. They don't want nobody else getting no money. I mean, just think about it. Mega preachers are making hundreds of millions of dollars a year. You think them people want you to get some of that money? Do you think they want the next top preacher, the next fancy talker, smooth talker, you know what I'm saying, to get some of that money? Hell no, they don't. No, they do not. You know what I'm saying? So what he did was what the article is saying, is that they don't want that money going to nobody else.
I don't blame him.
So what he did was, well, if you don't blame, I do. Because what they doing is they are ripping off our people. You understand? Christian pastors, Jehovah's Witnesses, Baptists, Pentecostal, Apostolic, every last religion out here on this earth is ripping off our people. Go ahead.
You just said, what I said, you said you do or something, right?
Yeah, I do blame them. Because they are crooks. They are thieves.
I'm going with the first guy.
Right, you saying you don't blame them because
somebody else
I understand what you're saying. You saying you don't blame them because they don't want them to get no money either.
So ain't nothing wrong with
you
somebody
saying
else?
you want all the money for yourself too.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
And see, that right there is selfishness.
Right.
And that's why we in the situation that we in right now.
So
because we don't want another brother or sister to have nothing.
Jehovah's Witness people went wrong.
Was they wrong? They were wrong. You're not supposed to bother anybody else's things. You don't take the competition's papers and have your members gather them all up and throw them away so that people can only buy yours.
Right.
All right, hold on.
That's not how you do that.
That guy started that paper. Then the Jehovah's Witness wanted whatever too.
Jehovah's Witnesses started a paper of their own. The original.
The other guy was first.
Yeah, the first paper out like that.
Was that guy?
The religion, the Jehovah's Witnesses started.
I thought you said
James
that guy
Russell,
started.
he started the new that pamphlet that he put out there.
All right.
That watchtower. Yeah, he started that.
All right.
Somebody else came and made a paper just like it. Okay. And in efforts for James Taze Russell to make all the money on the paper, he gathered up the other guy's paper and had all of his people keeping it, throwing them away so that only his could get sold. The white man is the devil, the Bible speaks of.
Damn right.
That's the only person that would think of something like that. If I got a business, right?
So, I don't just say that. You got me doing that. So, anyway, so was the they weren't wrong with trying to, were they wrong with what they were doing?
Yes.
So then all the money should have went to this other guy that we talking about.
If somebody, okay, it's just like, for instance, right now, you got the Sunday paper out, right?
Right.
If somebody was to make a Monday paper should sell and get whatever they make, and Sunday paper should sell. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's not your paper for you to go and say, hey man, go get those Monday papers and grab as many as you can so we can throw them away can't nobody buy it.
I misinterpreted, yeah.
Yeah, I got
like,
that's a criminal act.
You put out a paper, then I put out my paper, yeah.
Exactly.
I wouldn't have got your stuff.
Exactly.
That's what they did. Go ahead with the stuff, man.
That's what they did. They are crooks.
Thanks. All right, this deep.
They are crooks. And that's what the article was saying. That these people that we trust with our money, our women, our children, and everything.
Anyway, that $1,000 suit. Right, the priest, that's eating up.
Exactly. Pastors are nothing more than slimy bastards. That's all they are.
That's right.
They are a bunch of slimy bastards, man. And they are robbing God's chosen people.
Right. I know a lot.
Yeah.
I know my mom, dad, and widows. I know a lot of them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They did help people.
Exactly.
Anyway, we talking about that later. Into it,
Don't
big
sweat.
man.
Don't sweat.
That got me deep in this.
All right. Now here's another one. It says, okay, hold on one second. Okay. It says some even try to prevent their patrons leaving by making them sign contracts or covenants, like a mobile phone company locking you into a 2-year term.
Locking you into a what?
2-year term.
That
Right.
sound like they,
Keep going.
What's that?
Go ahead. You know what I'm talking about.
Hold on. Don't blur it out. But the Bible does not teach that Christians are bound to their local church organization. This idea is foreign to Scripture.
Of course, it's foreign to Scripture because the ISUPK did not teach you these things. Right. You know what I'm saying? The oppressor, who is the devil the Bible speaks of, and these wicked Negroes taught you these things. But skip down to books.
All right. Books. The first product is the leader's book, often ghostwritten and fraudulently claimed to be authored by the leader.
Right. So, wait, hold up. So basically, these books T.D. Jakes wrote and all that good mess, he didn't even write them. It was written by another crook that was slicker than him, but just that didn't have the voice or the power to put it in motion for himself. But they all taking a cut.
Right.
Matter of fact, T.D. Jakes was on TV last night. But go ahead. T.D. Jakes, big boy, black, big go ahead.
Right, keep going.
All right. Let's be honest. Many of these books are below par. Like bad business books that have one good idea, if that, and then are padded with motivational sayings and anecdotal stories of how the leader obeyed the dream, and so God holds him down with wealth.
Right. So basically, they giving you this backdrop, how they came from the bottom, now they here. You know what I'm saying? They started from the bottom, now they there. You know what I'm saying? And the Lord, it was the Lord who did it. You know what I'm saying? I got all this money. I got this. Basically, I got this much money to print out all these books and got this big pretty church, and all these people give me their money. So the Lord bless me. And if you want your car, if you want your Benz, cause I got mine. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The Lord gonna bless you with yours. You know what I'm saying? You got to get yours, basically. But
that was they telling these people that they gave them all that and all that. Y'all got, you know what I mean? Why is he? I mean,
drop that one.
Right.
Go ahead.
And go down to the DVDs.
Yeah. DVDs. Next comes the ever popular DVD, most of which are videos of the leader preaching in his church on a certain topic. Let me ask you a question. Is it ethical for a leader who has been paid by his church to prepare and deliver a sermon to then take that performance and sell it back to his own church members for a healthy profit?
Right. Right here, he's asking you a pretty good question. Why is you going to steady be a damn fool?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you do that, you're a fool. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
I'm not talking here about paying for reproduction costs or the money going into church funds. I'm talking about DVDs being sold at the same cost as a movie DVD and the profit going into the leader's own pocket.
Going into where?
The leader's own pocket.
Right. So he taking 50-cent DVD. The quality is worth 50 cents. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing, and he charging you $19.99.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And it's like real quick, it's just something about, you can't turn around and they have this stigma on, if it's pertaining to God, you can't say anything about it. You understand? You can't say nothing just because it's blurry and you can't see the DVD and you can barely hear it and it's skipping. It's like the old tapes they used to have.
But it's contained to God.
The quality was, the sound quality was horrible. You can't say nothing because guess what? This is a man of God and he's doing the work. And I must buy the DVD for $19.99 plus tax, and because this is what God wants us to do. God want me to hear this. You understand? They got our people so messed up, man. With religion. You understand?
Crook. Yeah.
They got our people so messed up with religion.
Hey, and then we bleed. Oh, I can't. It's by God, so it's blurry. Here, give me that $20.
No sweat. But they got us so messed up with religion.
That's true.
To where our people really believe in that magic.
Damn right.
You understand? They really think that magic works when it doesn't. You want me to keep reading?
Skip down to hype conferences.
Hype conferences. The hype for these conferences start months beforehand. Other church members look at you strangely if you are thinking about not going.
Right. So you will get shunned. You'll get shunned if you don't come up with the money to help pastor out, to keep pastor looking good and shining. You know what I'm saying? Pay pastor $700 car note, his $450 insurance note for his luxury SUV.
I'm gonna say this one word for y'all start.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna come in there and give you 5 on this all. You don't like it, with it.
Damn right.
Like give.
But yeah.
But they got these churches messed up, like y'all said.
They hype these conferences up. You know what I'm saying? So they get everybody hyped up to get the like I said, get the pastor his money, and to see these different pastors come in. You know, they all in cahoots. You know what I'm saying? Pastor so and so coming, pastor so and so coming. You know what I'm saying? But they're all crooks and greedy jerks. You know what I'm saying? That's what they are.
And so, like, if I could real quick, the conference that came here a couple of times, I cannot look up the I think it was Holy Convocation, and I think it's each year they have like a different theme.
Right.
I remember seeing the billboards out by the airport. The first one that I seen had a bunch of wheelchairs on it.
Good.
You know what I'm saying? It was like I guess they gonna bless you.
Gonna
if
get
you're
hit.
it's drawing you in. Like now I'm sure they had a whole bunch of wheelchairs in this place at this time. Right. The second one that I seen had a whole bunch of damn walkers and crutches. You know what I'm saying? And the pastor was taking a pair of the crutches and he had them in the air like he was throwing them bad boys across the street. Like, you don't need these no more. You understand? It's all that razzle and dazzle, man.
Yeah, boy.
Where they got people coming that's, you know what I'm saying, that's crippled, they can't walk, or, you know what I'm saying, got these different type of ailments, and they thinking that they're going to go to this place and get blessed.
Evil
you know
bastards.
what I'm saying? And I have seen that.
I saw it on TV. I saw it on
What?
TV about that. They got on them folks about that too.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then they have playing on the fake like they heal.
Yeah, like they really walk.
Yeah.
Yeah. And matter of fact, my uncle's grandmother, okay, he's married in the family, but he's still on. You know what I'm saying? He's real family. And his grandmother, before she died, she went to church and did that. You understand? She was going through whatever she was going through, and she could not barely walk.
Right.
And she went to the church, and they turned around. And they took that walker, because she had the one where you sit in, and you know, once you get up, get ready to walk, it's a chair and it's a walker. Mm-hmm. She turned around and they called her down, sister, come on down here.
Right.
What's wrong with you? And so she tell them, my legs and this and that and blah, blah, blah. He said, oh yeah? Let me see. So they got the praying over and touching the legs, praying for and all that mess. And then they turn around, snatch that walker from her. And man, you should have seen her about to damn die right there trying to walk. It was killing her. But guess what? The church was, oh, yes, amen. Thank you, Lord. Oh, hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. The woman, you could tell on the video, she was about to die right there on the floor because it was killing her to walk.
Thank you.
You understand? Go ahead. You got that?
Sir, so like I think it is a holy convocation in St. Louis. And they,
What's the theme for this year?
I don't see any.
Is it the beating the coronavirus?
Right.
Is that what this year is gonna be? Huh?
I haven't seen the
He ain't seen none of it yet. Hey, well, guess what? The churches is closed, so guess what? They ain't gonna say nothing right now.
Yeah, they is non and void right now, man. Ain't nothing happening.
All the churches is closed for business.
Damn right.
Okay, they not doing nothing. Go ahead.
And then they talking about, you know, I'm still in the news like always. Like, our governor, everybody think about the daycares and stuff too. So some of the daycares close out the county anyway. But anyway,
they chosen the daycares and the schools down.
Get back to y'all. You got anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, they them churches, they ain't finna do nothing. You understand? They close.
Go ahead. I was about to say I ain't gonna let.
Yeah.
Anyway, what you said? I can't even see it.
Right.
Some of them overdo it by the Lord and all that.
Kind.
Go ahead.
All right. It says, what? You can't afford the huge entry fee? What's wrong with you? Don't you love God?
Right.
Don't you want to be blessed? Don't you want to be successful and wealthy? Don't you want to be a part of us? Because you won't be unless you go to the conference.
Right. With us as you at the conference.
Yeah.
We don't talk about you like a scaldy dog.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's Christianity. You know what I'm saying? That's not brotherhood and sisterhood. Why don't you pay for that person if it's a huge? Pay for them to go. You know what I'm saying? Like in the ISUPK, you can't make it to the Passover. You going to the Passover. You know what I'm saying? If you can't make it to class, we got you a ride to class. You know what I'm saying? Ain't none of that. Ain't no excuses. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But keep going.
Each speaker is completely amazing.
Whoa.
The next best thing to the second coming.
Good
night. They comparing these preachers to Christ.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And truth be told, man, I done heard a lot of preachers talk. And they ain't talk. What we say in the hood? You're talking loud, but ain't saying
nothing. Man.
You understand? They ain't saying nothing.
Talking loud, they making sense.
Exactly. They doing the same old. I keep calling it razzle and dazzle. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They sprinkling the members with all that nonsense, and they ain't talking about nothing. You know what I mean? And like I don't even see how our people even get caught up in that.
Up there with the suit on, and then he ain't, you know. Yeah. Making a little noise up there, then we sat in the crowd, getting beat. You know what I'm saying? He looking at us. Yeah, y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Y'all gonna give me that money? I got my suit on, pouring them head, and give me that money. Whatever. 30 minutes.
Exactly.
I ain't right now.
That's it.
Let's hear some more things that go down at this conference. Go ahead, keep going.
He's built a church up from nothing to one with thousands of people. She's the most godly woman in the universe who is the best wife ever with the best kids and the best lifestyle. And she's the pastor's wife too.
You gotta be pastor's wife.
God, he's from overseas. She's a corporate CEO. Wow. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be triple awesome. It's going to be mega, massive, triply, awesomely awesome.
Right. Keep going. Keep going.
The spiritual reward for going is implied to be life-changing. The conference fee is nothing.
The conference fee is what?
Nothing.
Keep going.
Compared to the firefighting bomber worth of blessings and wealth God will dump on your head from upon high.
Right. So, basically, You pay that $1,000, you know what I'm saying, and Creflo Dollar asks you for, you know what I'm saying? Oh man, you're gonna get 100,000. You might get 200,000. Faster you get it, you might just get 500,000. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, the people, I don't know, I'm kind of lost here. If they pay their money and whatever, and then he tell them all these dreams gonna happen and all that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they gonna pay all that, and yeah, we're gonna get.
There's a little more on this too. Hold on one second.
Anyway, you get the picture. I lost the word.
Hold on one
Go
second.
ahead.
It's about to drop on.
Oh.
Give me the charger, Bob. Shoot right there. Right, let me feet. Yep. Quick.
Where motherboard? When I know to let in. Where he at? They don't see him.
All right. The spiritual reward for going is implied to be life-changing. Oh, that's not it. And Jesus had conferences too.
Jesus had what?
Conferences too. Don't forget, like the Sermon on the Mount, where he didn't charge anything for that spiritual teaching. In fact, it was free, wasn't it?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, often the first movers can't figure out how to monetize their success. We can't blame Jesus for that, can we? If we only had some books to sell at the back.
Right.
Understand, I'm not against conferences. I'm against overly expensive hype conferences that deliver hardly any lasting value to their attendees.
Right.
Conferences that are linked to your standing in your church and supposedly what God thinks of your commitment to him. And why are they so expensive? Where does all that money go? Well, in the next section, you're going to find out.
Well, we're going to drop that right there. And, of course, we know where the money's going. Into their pockets. It's going into the strippers who fall in front of a 15-foot pole. You know what I'm saying? And breaking their goddamn neck. It's going into her pocket. You know what I'm saying? That's where it's going. It's going into Sister Taylor pocket, who can't keep a man and came to the pastor for counsel. Now he her man. You know what I'm saying? On the side. That's where the money's going. You know what I'm saying? It's going to the Taylor suit man, the man who tailoring them suits. You know what I'm saying?
And the jewelry, man.
Oh, you gotta have that bling,
that bling.
Yeah, you gonna have some bling. You know what I'm saying? Them gold Christian and diamond crosses on his neck. You know what I'm saying? But in the ISUPK, we ain't having none of that. You know what I'm saying? We gonna expose the pastors and to the king.
Y'all ain't through. Let me know what I can say what I want to say. So I don't want to interrupt that, but what he said is right. Go ahead, y'all go ahead.
Right. I'm gonna get a couple scriptures before we go, cause we close to the time. Give me James 1:22.
James chapter 1 verse 22. But be ye doers of the word.
Be you what?
Doers of the word.
Right.
And not hearers only.
Right. Don't be a doer of the word. Don't be a duck. Don't be sitting up in the Christian church listening to the pastor and giving him your money, fucking over all your hard-earned money, and you ain't getting nothing in return. You ain't finna get no blessings from the Most High by giving an evil man your money.
Yeah.
You a fool. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
the Most High call you a fool.
Yeah.
And in the ISUPK, we don't do those things. We bring people out from doing those things. You need to get online with these classes. You know what I'm saying? Contact these camp leaders, these captains over these cities. You know what I'm saying? And get in the truth. And give me one more. Give me
got something.
Give me Proverbs 12 and 22.
God. Proverbs chapter 12, verse 22. Lying lips are abomination to the Lord.
They're what?
Abomination to the Lord.
Keep going.
But they that deal truly are his delight.
Right. So these pastors, they are with all this lying and this trickery, and like I said, you just a worm on the hook. If you up in the Christian church praise dancing and you helping him line his pockets with money and you helping the destruction of our people. You know what I'm saying? Put the tamarines down, quit praise dancing, quit running around bigging up this evil bastard, Salakia. You know what I'm saying? Quit doing that.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
You are helping destroy our people. You ain't doing no good at all.
Why?
And with that, I'm in the class.
Making them rich.
Shalom, Israel.
Shalom.
Shalom, Yahweh Shabbat
Shalom, Yahweh.
Y'all,
All right, mighty man.
we can talk now?
Yeah, you can talk.
Oh, man. When is the next one?
Huh?